Hello there people, this is Brucey or Bruce, and we are back on Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's Decade Duels, and this is a game with my smooth voice as commentary, and we are up against Mr Pimped. You might remember him from the unfortunate incident in one of my videos, but hey, we're having a one-on-one now. Let's get it on really. So here I'm deciding to use my Plasma Adapter deck. I haven't played with it in a little while, which is a shame as it's a brilliant deck. So yeah, trialing out here again, seeing if there's any improvements needed. And obviously to try and beat Mr Pimped. So obviously straight away, with Blackwing Borer, and especially Gale coming out there, you know it's going to be a Blackwing deck, you know, Mystic Plasma Zone. I believe Crow Hogan uses that as well, beef up the attack of the Dark Monsters. Unfortunately, it does beef up my monsters as well, so that's gonna, you know, be a bit of a pain for him, unfortunately. The one thing which is irritating is, obviously with his Borer the Spear, he's gonna cut through a lot of my monsters unless I get rid of that quickly. And that's another annoying thing as well, like he's almost got a full field, you know, 3 monsters, 3 back row and Mystic Plasma Zone. What can I do? So here I have a bit of a think, but instantly I realise Mystic Tomato on 1900 attack, that's going to be pretty hard to beat. So he just leaves it like that. Well, half the attack obviously, and yeah, lets it be my go from there. So, you know, now I'm getting into some drawing power, which is nice. And this is something I'd rather you guys didn't do. This isn't any offence to him or anything, but you know, I wouldn't have known that was an ultimate offering if he'd have kept that face down. You know, he could save it for a later time. That way, if I am going to get rid of some, you know, spell or trap card, it's not going to be that, because I see he has no hand. I'm going to go for one of the other 2 face downs. So try not to play your cards early. That's one of the best bits of advice I can give you as well. Now here might have been a misplay, might not have been. I was thinking of just popping Dark Arm Dragon in there in case I come across another Phantom of Chaos, but you know, it's not so bad having Malicious, because if you draw into that, that's a dead draw as well. So yeah, having a bit of a think here, thinking, okay, do I want him attacking my Mystic Tomato, or should I just go for Sias? So went for Sias in the end, because you know, 2 back row isn't too bad. And at the very least I'm going to get rid of his tuner. I think that was the big thing I was looking at there. So he's got no tuning power, no Blackwing Armor Master. And yeah, if I go for his Borer the Spear, then I can lay things in defence without being hurt too much. So yeah, nothing, he couldn't activate anything, so I know that my attacks are good, so I've kept that in mind throughout this little round now. Apart from that one that he's played. However, that is irritating. That is a fair enough dummy there with Fissure. But I figure, you know, it's worth paying all those life points to keep the monster on the field, because at the end of the day, I'll still have no defence. I can't bring Gauze out if I don't get rid of my Solemn. So I like to think that was quite a good play there. So he turns that to defence, and it's my turn. So obviously he's, well, in a nutshell, he is on the run. You know, he's waiting. He is top decking now, essentially. So let's get rid of his monster. I was tempted to put Dandelion in attack, but you don't want to do silly things like that, just in case. So here we go, set Dandelion. I set that. I mean, I've got Mystic? What the hell's Mystic? I've got the Destiny Hero Plasma in my hand. Enough tokens, I just have to wait for him to get a monster out. So I'd get the Fires of Doomsday out of the way early. You know, why not, eh? And I figure here I'm just going to go for another attack with Sias again. You know, keep chipping away at him. Rather than not be, what's the word? Rather than not go for Monster Reborn just in case. I was thinking of tuning there if I didn't get rid of his Gale. But yeah, 2900 attack will do just nicely. You know, one more beefy attack like that and another monster, and that's it really. Well, even then, looking at it, I could have whacked my Doomsday Tokens into attack mode, couldn't I? They were on 500 attack. Alas, alas. Now, luckily for him, he does get the lightning vortex and the extra draw he needed, which ruins my plans with plasma, unfortunately, but Destiny draw came at the right time there, so can't complain too much. And you know what, that is what makes a solid deck. Cards which just mix with almost anything if things don't go your way. So yeah, couldn't have complained there. Apart from the fact that he does have a Dark Bribe, but I still get one card out of it. I'm not too disheartened because I couldn't do anything with plasma anyway. So I'm figuring here, okay, should I get Malicious out? His attack would be quite nice. And in fact, I think I'll go for game here now thinking about it. Yeah, because he's got that one face down which has sat there forever. So, you know, get Malicious out, get Sias out, and that's game. And Dandelion unfortunately didn't get used. But hey, he had a bit of time on the field, what can I say? So here we go, 4200 damage. Brilliant. Now, I apologise in advance here as well. It looks like I'm thinking about side decking, but in the party there was this terrible noise, and I'm talking about, ow, am I deaf? My eardrums have just burst, surely, sort of noise. So I just sat here like with my microphone held like 3 feet away, still hearing it at normal volume until it came back on again. Yeah, some useless knowledge there for you. So, as always, he's going to go first. Obviously, if you lose, you want to try and go first as soon as possible. And I must admit, straight off the bat, this round didn't go my way at all. I had 2 types of play. You'll see from what he does, he fills up his field quite quickly, and I definitely made the wrong decision. So, in this hand, currently, I could either lay Dandelion, and more than likely with all his special summoning, he's going to get rid of my tokens anyway. Or I can opt for Grind a Golem and use Crush Card Virus. Now, I did see a Dark Bribe, obviously, in the previous round, and I thought, you know, maybe he does have one, maybe he doesn't, but screw it. I'm going to go for it. I've got a round in hand. Yeah, let's go for it. As you can see, I'm thinking heavily here, because I know this is a super risky play, and if I do screw it up, then that's it. That's over in just 1 round. Or, well, 2 turns, obviously. But, yeah, so here we go. He goes for the draw. Let's go for Crush Card. Well, when it lets me. Oh, yeah, obviously I'm holding off until he summons. So, wait for the attack. And here we go. Obviously going to tribute one of the tokens. Does he have Dark Bribe? Of course he does. Straight away, the thinking icon comes, and I know I'm done for, basically. In fact, I can't even remember how much damage I take out of this. Is it the full lot in one? 5-7. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh no, there we go. Yep, that's what made it go so quickly. Clue, by the way, if you do run Black Wings, extremely good card. Definitely have them. You don't want to be summoning them, but you do want them in your hand for such special occasions as that. So now I'm thinking, okay, let's not try anything cheeky like that again. Let's just go first, you know, finally, and yeah, get this over and done with. And I do forget what I draw here. Obviously something good, as it's my Plasma Adapter deck. Here we go, so that's not too bad. Now some Mass Destruction there with Mirror Force. Unfortunately 2 Plasma, Destiny Hero Plasmas, but if I get into Destiny Draw then, you know, bonus basically. Okay. Now Burden of the Mighty, kind of irritating, that card. It doesn't truly help most decks. At the end of the day, if you draw into it, you can't really use it for anything. But at the beginning of the game, it's quite good. I mean, it knocks anything down by, on most monsters, at least 400 attack. I mean, look at Monarchs, it knocks them down to 1800. I wouldn't play it, but it's one of those cards where it's the right situation, it's okay. So here we go with the ultimate offering again. Now I know not to be afraid of his face down card. So I believe I just go for getting monsters out actually, as opposed to getting rid of something with size. You know, I could save that for something else, definitely. I go for the tune, get an extra card in my hand if I choose Sangam, which I believe I do. I think I go for Goyo here. Usually I wouldn't do it so early on in game, but the fact that he doesn't seem to have anything which takes my monsters, so I'm quite happy to lay a Goyo out and, you know, start going for the attacks really. Yeah, it's cheap at 2800 attack, but hey, my attack's being knocked down, so, you know, I'm going to go for it. Slowly getting there. So here he's going to take a fair amount of damage here, which is always lovely. Right, here I think about the Plague Spreader. So now I've got a tuner of my own just in case, and if I do send it to the graveyard with Plasma's effects, then, you know, I could special summon him back out if needs be. Ah yes, now here is a big misplay on his part, unfortunately. I think he just went ahead and started hammering the A button and accidentally put his Mask of Darkness into attack mode, you'll see. Whoops. So yeah, I think I'm going to continue to attack, and I think I'm going to go for that card. It's a shame as well, because if he'd have just laid the Kalut at that time, my Mystic Smite wouldn't have got rid of him, and he would have been able to set his Mask of Darkness, although I don't think he's got any other traps at this point in time, so that wouldn't be too much of an issue. So now he's top decking, which is what I like to see. Top decking, if you didn't know already, is where basically you're just drawing. You just have to draw, and what you got in your hand is what you have to play from that one card. So here I'm not worried about the face downs. I do think about maybe it's a Mirror Force, but with the amount of the lack of destruction, I should say, I figure, you know what, it is safe to put into attack mode. Let's just go on a blitz and wipe half of his life points, or over half of his life points anyway. Also, Crush card, it sort of came at a good time. You know, I could use it with Mystic Tomato if needs be, or Plague Spread if I set that. But unfortunately, when the opponent has no hand, it's a bit of a strange one. It's nice to see what he draws for the next 3 turns, but yeah, when there's no hand, you sort of think, oh, this is a bit useless. Okay, so he's definitely going to go for the tune here. And fair play, instead of Blackwing Armor Master, or sorry, Armed Wing rather, he actually goes for his own Goyo Guardian, and with my attack knocked down, he's going to aim for his for 2 Goyo Guardians essentially, which in this game is usually unheard of. I know I didn't want that happening, so straight away, obviously I'm going to use the Crush Card Virus. And I decided to go for the Mystic Tomato, just for a bit of defense in my life points, if that makes sense. But unfortunately he does have the Dark Bribe. That card always seems to be appearing. But Phantom of Chaos, you know, that's not too bad. I don't have anything at this moment in time for it to be useful. But no doubt it'll be okay. And this is the thing I like about Dark Bribe being used against me. Like, even though it does negate a card without a cost to the user, well, here it becomes amazing. So thanks to that extra draw, I get into Destiny draw earlier, put my Plasma in the graveyard, and now I can use that with Phantom of Chaos, which is amazing. You know, so that's the thing. That's why I'm preferring Solemn Judgments over Dark Bribes. Don't get me wrong, in some decks Dark Bribe is preferable, but Solemn Judgment, more cases than one, is always going to be the better card, even if you do use up half your life points. Now here I go for a ridiculous play. I like to think this is an awesome play. So, yep, gonna follow Adapter's effect. Eat up Goyo Guardian. I'm thinking here about the attack, but why do that when I can just tribute my 3 monsters again and then swallow up Goyo Guardian one more time? So yep, Some point, any point here, Bruce. I think I was contemplating synchro summoning, but I don't think it made any sense, so don't know why I flipped that up. Wow, was I thinking about it this hard? It was obviously the cogs in my head thinking, well, surely I can do this and nothing will go wrong. And to be fair, it is better to take your time rather than to rush things just to make sure you got everything calculated. And this was one miscalculation I had. Unfortunately, it was 2500 attack as opposed to 2900, which Phantom of Chaos had, and that's all because of Burden of the Mighty. Phantom of Chaos had 4 stars, Plasma has 8 stars, so literally I was missing 100 points. I was sort of raging with him a little bit, going, Jesus Christ, you know, 100 life points. No, I'm not going to let you get away with that. I don't care. I'm just going to beat you with a Plague Spreader zombie. Forget that. 200 attack. I don't care. Let's do it. Let's do it. So that is actually the end of the game. So as always, you guys put your comments in the section below. I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. And obviously, give it a thumbs up if you love it. And yeah, you guys take care, and I will see you again soon.